Hello, this is Tom Barbo for the Burdenko method and for Waterville Valley Ski Academy. We're going to put together a few videos on pelvis stability, and we're going to give you a bunch of exercises on how to maintain pelvis stability, how to get the strength from pelvis stability, how to get the flexibility, and how to have the awareness. Okay? So, very quickly, we want the pelvis to be in alignment. It moves for a good reason, but we want to be able to move it. We don't want it to move if we don't want it to move. Just so it doesn't put you out of balance, it doesn't put you at a risk of injury. All right? It's nice and straight. Glutes are tight, belly's tucked in, pelvis is under the shoulders. That's what we're looking for. We see a lot of times that anterior tilt. Majority of society looks like that, right? Put 3 times the pressure on the sacrum. You can perform. I know champions that have this look. Eventually, something falls apart. Hip, back, knees, ankles, something falls apart. They'd still be, they would have been better champions and they would have lasted a lot longer if they had kept it going. So as we said, you have awareness, you have flexibility all around the hips, and you have lower abdominal strength. So for the awareness, are you straight? Do you have the tilt? So we may do some tilts and rotations, lateral tilts, anterior tilts, posterior tilts, circles, something to give them awareness of this is where we want you to be. Then we may lay them on the ground. We'll ask them to push their sacrum flat on the ground. We don't want to lose that arch in the lumbar. And you start with the legs bent, nice and flat. Are you flat? Can you put it out flat? Okay, this is where you are. Close your eyes, see it, feel it. Then you stand up. Are you in the same place with the alignment? We also may go to the wall, same thing. Okay, push your sacrum flat on the wall. Right there. Okay. I'm here, I'm flat, I come back. Okay, that's where I am. So that's the awareness part. Now, we do have a few tests that I like to do right off the bat. Can they do a systemic squat? Too much of the time when we see squatters, they're here, they lift the tail right away. So now they're going down, the shoulders are way ahead of their hips, they're only going to go to here, tons of pressure, very, very difficult. The systemic squat is pelvis under the shoulders the whole time, hopefully. So I don't want the pelvis to tilt under, I don't want it to lift. I want to keep it right under the shoulders. I am not fully there, but here we go. So, nice and tight, nice and tight. I go down, straight as I can be, and I come up. I just have to do that right off the bat. Very difficult, right? Then I'll say, okay, this is how we get that started. You sit on a chair or a bench. Feet are pulled back, flat on the ground. I want you to stand up without this lean forward. That means I've got to tighten between here and here. I'm going to go straight up with the shoulders over the pelvis and straight down again. If I have that tightness, I can drive my belly forward and come back down. We don't want to see that lean forward, and we don't want to see that arch in the back. That little bit of hiding the belly button, we call it. So they hide. Now, I'm going up straight. No, right there when you go straight. So that's those 2 tests right off the bat. Then we want to see how their stomach and their back are working together. So you go in a chair or a bench, it's a little wobbly here. But I want to keep my back straight. I also want to keep the alignment head over shoulders, shoulders, and hips. I lift the knees up, and from here, if I see if I can hold them, then I will extend the legs. Okay? You look to see that they're not leaning back. You look to see that the back doesn't bow. All right? They have that strength. If they cannot do that, they easily start by just one leg up, the other leg up, both legs up, and eventually they hold. And eventually they hold and extend. Okay? So that's the first part. Now we'll just get to a few exercises. We'll start on the ground and we'll get to moving. And what many people have seen before, but we may add a few twists for good variety. Most exercises, almost all exercises that we do at 3 speeds. You do it at a slow speed, that helps you learn the skill. Then we do a little faster, you test the skill, and then we do it at game speed. So we'll try everything at 3 speeds. Okay, so first exercise, lying on the ground, side line, So I will have hand under the neck. This hand is planted, body is straight. Remember, tuck in the belly, tighten the glutes. First one, just the leg raise. I'm looking to see that I don't fold anything back. Then it's leg raise and flex the knee. Again, keeping this alignment, the knee's not moving forward. And the next one, which I will fail, is up, bend, rotate, kick. So obviously on rotation, I lose the pelvis. I should be here. It is a nice rhythmical, smooth move. Okay? So those first three movements on the ground. Then we can get to more on the ground. This is a little more mobility. We'll get to a little more strengthening. And we can add some movement into the strengthening. So we go to the plank. We like the plank, not here, palms flat, weight along the forearms, elbows under the shoulders, right there, nice and tight. So you have the plank, regular plank right there. Now we have some options. One foot over the other, one foot off the ground, abducted, off the ground and flexed, knee to elbow and extend. What else do we have? Oh, and then from here, the push-up. Okay? Everything while maintaining secure, nice and tight, stable. Okay? Now we can do the same planks on our backs. So you can go with straight arm and off the ground, or you can go on the elbows. I just want to maintain this up in the air. So we have off the ground, on top, off the ground, extended, elbow there, knee to chest, extend. You have all of those while I was trying to maintain that position. Now, we have the plank on the side. This is up and this is forward. So from here we do that whole position. We also can do what we did before. We did just off the ground a little. We do the big raise. We do the raise with the flexion. And we do the kicking. Okay, so that's the side plank. So first three planks, all done more or less stable and standard in one position. Now we'll do a little bit of movement. So we're going to do some rolling planks. So start off in the prone, go to the side, go to the back, go to the other side while you're keeping this up the whole way. Then you would do it in the other direction, and we do change the speeds. Now we have planks, but in the push-up position. So all the same movements we just did, but in the push-up. Everything nice and tight. Over, off the ground, to the side, with the flexion. Knee to elbow extend. All of that. So we do in that. Then, pose technique. Excellent technique for running. Dr. Romanoff is the gentleman that does the pose technique, and he had a series of movements that were very, very nice for teaching some strength here and stability when he teaches his running. I will show you each move. We do them, again, prone, supine, and on the sides. So the first one, you're just doing the V. Then you do it with one hand, the other hand, one leg, the other leg, opposite hand, opposite leg, and then tough version, same hand, same leg, same hand, same leg. Now, if I can, I will do that in the prone position. So, I'm going to put my rear end on the ground this time, but you don't have to. Obviously, if you're better, you don't have to. So, up and down one leg, the other leg, one arm, the other arm, opposite arm, opposite leg, and same arm, same leg, Same arm, same leg. Not so well done, but you get the idea. Then we have it on the side where you're touching, bringing it up, and then one leg, and then we can do it top leg, either behind or in front. Okay? Perfect. Then the standard, I just call them vaults or hip thrusts. We're here, we raise, from here, you're raising, you can raise, knee to chest, you can raise with a leg raise, you can extend out, keeping that up. You can also do doubles for speed, and you can also do with the sliders, which I don't have, you can slide the heel out and in, one the other, and if you have two sliders, under both. Okay, so that's a good series on the ground. Oh, one very, very important one we use constantly. We learned this in the late 60s in football practice where coaches walked on our bellies. The 6-inch drill. So you're on your back. We're not allowed to put our hands on our back. Put that sacrum flat and you hold the 6 inches. You can move the feet up and down. You can move them in and out. Someone can come by, hit your legs from all angles. And you can also raise and lower. You do it slowly, you do it faster, you do it full speed. Okay? 6-inch drill, fantastic.